Hey MHS, looking for something to do tonight?
Come watch your Metro Lynx take on our rivals, Sun Prairie Co-op, this Cap City Cougars at 7 p.m. at Sun Prairie Ice Arena. It'll be the game of the season as the Lynx stole the first seed spot from the Cap City Cougars for the first time in 4 years.
The winner of this playoff game will take a spot in the Girls State Championship tournament starting next week, Thursday.
The Lynx have not advanced to the state championship in the 15 years it has been around.
Go Metro!
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey MHS, happy Friday.
And here are your daily announcements.
So don't forget, you do not have school on Monday and quite possibly Tuesday if you are not a junior.
But if you are a junior, make sure you check your school email for important information and room assignment for the upcoming ACT exam. If you have any questions or concerns, please see Jessica Rip in the Four Corners office.
By this point, the winner of the spicy ramen noodle contest has been determined, or it's going to be on right now, depending upon when you have lunch. So whoever it is, congratulations.
Seniors, this weekend is the perfect time to apply for local scholarships. The application can be found on our webpage under Quick Links. Please make sure to fill out your application and turn it in before the deadline on Friday, March 6 at 4:15 p.m. This is a hard deadline and late applications will not be reviewed.
Football players want to serve you at Culver's. Plan on joining them on Share Night on March 4th from 4 to 8 p.m.
If you are planning to go out for a spring sport, please make sure you are registered in FeePay and that you have your annual physical on file. If not, you won't be able to participate. Sorry. If you have questions, see Ms. Rip in the athletic office in Student Services.
6 MHS seniors have been selected as candidates in the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program. There are fewer than 100 seniors from Wisconsin to earn the honor. The 161-member Presidential Scholar class will be announced in May.
Now let's hear from our Cardinal Chronicle members.
Paper, the Cardinal Chronicle, and this week is National Scholastic Journalism Week. To celebrate our newspaper and the hard work that goes into student journalism every day, we decided to go around and ask people why journalism is important to them. So let's go.
News to me means an awful lot because I personally believe in something called truth, right? Journalism is where you have people actually go and investigate and use logic and deductive reasoning, shout out to geometry class, to validate things contextualized with like what's going on in the world.
Sometimes, especially as students, we have the right to information that adults in our lives don't always want to give us because we're young. But youth is a power, and journalism is one of the ways I want to wield it.
Journalism is important to me because it's like the unofficial fourth branch of the government, right? You got to hold government in power accountable.
It is important to spread factual information to people.
To me personally, I obviously feel like it's important to be educated. That's why I became a teacher, and journalism's like education for the masses.
I think that journalism is really important to democracy. I think it holds people in positions of power accountable. And I also think on a storytelling basis it's really important because it elevates voices of people who might not have them otherwise.
Journalism is important to me because I think there's a lot that's hidden from the public, and I think journalists have the right to information and to sharing it.
Freedom of the press is very important. I'm an anti-censorship person all the way. Sometimes you got to hear the good with the bad, and then it's up for us to make informed decisions.
Journalism is communication on a wide scale.
Journalism is the defense of democracy in a free country.
I think it's really important for students to know that this is a way that they can have their opinions and their voice heard, which is a really important thing to learn.
News is important to me because it helps to hold our politicians and our government accountable.
It helps keep me informed.
It helps me make informed decisions.
I think journalism is important so that people deal with a similar set of information, as well as being able to discern what is true and what is not.
Journalism is important to me because it gives me a better idea of what's happening in the world and the ways in which I can respond to it. Yeah.
Journalism is important to me because it holds our government accountable, helps connect people, and helps create informed voters.
Journalism is important because it is key to a free democracy.
I get my news mostly from podcasts I listen to on a weekly basis, a lot from the local news, and a little bit from social media.
I read the Washington Post and NPR online, the New York Times sometimes, and I listen to NPR in the car.
I get my news through the Apple News feature on my phone, as well as just reading books. And then I also have a digital subscription to the Washington Post.
Pretty much get my news from like CNN and Fox News.
National news, New York Times, and then locally, Wisconsin State Journal and Madison.com.
I try to pull from a variety of sources so that I'm not getting too much bias on one side or the other, but PBS is probably one of my favorite spots.
Personally, I watch a lot of The Daily Show, online, CNN. Those are probably the top two, CNN and The Daily Show.
I think it's really important to diversify my sources, so I try to get foreign news sources, national news sources, and local news sources.
A lot of my trending news from Twitter, but I mostly check CNN for important updates.
I get my news from the Cardinal Chronicle and various news websites and social media platforms.
I get my news from the Wall Street Journal, Wisconsin State Journal, a lot of social media as well.
Like, I think NPR is a great source for me because they're usually pretty fair-minded.
Yes, I have heard of the Cardinal Chronicle. They're awesome. They write amazing articles that are very informative. That sounds like I was sponsored, but it wasn't. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
No. Yes.
I have, yeah.
Yes.
Doy religiously.
Oh, I have indeed heard of the Cardinal Chronicle.
I love the Cardinal Chronicle, especially Ella Roach. She's super amazing.
Yes, the school newspaper. Yeah. I teach here, so I see it.
Yeah, check out MHS Cardinal Chronicle at mhscardinalchronicle.com.
Woo!
That's it for today.
Have a great day.